The road of the chase for the championship begins here for all three series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Good evening, everybody. I'm Seth Cole, and yes, indeed, we have now entered into our second half of the regular season. This is crunch time. Drivers that went to victory lane the first half of the regular season, they get to come into this half, with a win in the bank. They get a little bit of pressure taken off where there are other drivers that really need to go to victory lane for the first time this season, especially in this series, but now we get to the nitty-gritty. This is going to be the stretch that I think really is going to determine who is going to win an opportunity to be in the chase for the championship and who isn't. Not saying that the first half of the regular season was not important in that regard, but I think it's just going to be so much more on the line here in this final stretch towards the chase field. And no more so than in this series of the TaxSlayer Truck Series, because there's 16 spots available in the Hershey's Cup Series chase. There's 12 spots available in the Pizza Hut X Series chase, but there are only 8 available spots in this chase in the TaxSlayer Truck Series. And we had a really exciting first half of the regular season. There's no doubt about that. The only problem was we had 10 different race winners in our first 9 races of the season, which means even coming into this race, 2 drivers are out of the chase grid. So it's going to... I said this at the beginning of the season at Daytona, and I think it has held true all season long so far. We are going to need to have drivers get multiple wins this season in order to make their way into this TaxSlayer Truck Series chase for the championship. Will one of our previous 10 race winners be able to pick up their second checkered flag here tonight? Maybe. We're going to have to wait and see. Patrick Smith, Julius Anderson, that is your front row. These are 2 drivers who are yet to go to victory lane this season. Right behind them, Diego Yepez and Ricky Cervantes. They haven't been to victory lane. So there's a lot of drivers up here at the front that want to put their name in the category of one in the win column as well, and that's just going to shake these point standings up even more. This is going to be a very interesting race, no doubt, because of the fact that we saw as well a little bit of a preview of what we can expect with our All-Star Race weekend, and a lot of those races that we saw were done with the CTS physics. This race is with the CTS physics, so turn 4 could be a big trouble spot here tonight. Let's go down trackside, get those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
And as the command is given, the pace truck, the Chevy Silverado pace truck, will lead these 42 drivers off of pit road. And as they do their pace lap here, we will give you your top 10 of the point standings coming into tonight's race, presented by Golden Corral. Ace Garcia heads into the second half of the regular season as the points leader. He holds almost a full race in hand over Seth Cole in second, 41 points back. Joshua Hyatt, our winner from Dover, is third, with Ryan Brommer and M Saatchi the top 5. Joseph Srigley is sixth, Tristan Allen 7th, 8th Carter Friesen, 9th Mick Johnson, and Ricky Cervantes currently is in 10th. Currently, the 8 drivers that hold the 8 current playoff spots would be Ace Garcia, Joshua Hyatt, Nick Johnson, Joshua Ciculli, Jonathan Zoerlein, Alex Gray, Nicholas Rail, Charles Jackson. Jackson is 26th in the point standings. The other 2 drivers that have wins this season are Paul Minnick and Tony Green, but their wins would not count towards a chase spot right now because they are 32nd and 33rd in the point standings. 30 laps of racing tonight. Stage racing is back. Obviously, you probably have already done the math. 10, 10, and 10 for our stages this evening. Completions of laps 10, 20, and 30 will end our first, second, and third stage. But here we go, getting ready to go green. The second half of the regular season, the chase towards the chase for the championship here at Charlotte is green. We're underway. Let's roll. Three wide already for third. That, I believe, is Isaac Nicholls there in the 19, trying to make that move on Yepez and Cervantes. Completes the pass. Stuart Gratton going to fill the hole he made as he'll try going for fourth. Patrick Smith out in front, though, by about a truck length and a half. He will lead the first lap of the evening here at Charlotte. And did we complete the first lap under green? Yes, we did. Like I mentioned, if you didn't tune into the All-Star race, these drivers, when they go 3 wide off of turn number 4, that is a huge trouble spot, especially for the driver that's on the top side of that 3 wide formation. They have trouble with figuring out where they have to lift. Patrick Smith was actually in the Hershey shootout here a couple of nights ago. Didn't make his, or did he actually? Yes, he did. He did make his way into the All-Star race, I think. I gotta look. Hang on, I've forgotten. Yes, he did. Yeah, he drove the 17 truck, or 17 car, and made it into the All-Star race. So he obviously knows how to get around Charlotte, and proving it right now. Had a fast truck to put himself on the pole, but now he's got a rear deck lid completely filled up with the 19 of Isaac Nicholls. They're 3 wide further back there with Jessica Miles, Shane Lake, and that was Julius Anderson up on the top side, but they settled it out to double wide before they got to turn 4. That was very smart on the part of the 97. Meanwhile, you can see that bright orange truck of Ace Garcia running 4th, trying to take 3rd from Jessica Miles. That's the points leader. He'd love to be able to continue to grow the points lead if he could. Even if he only gets 1 win this season, maybe, just maybe, it's possible we could have enough repeat winners that he could be the first driver with 1 win to get in with 1 win on points. And someone apparently took a little trip through the infield because there's some dust kicked up there. But we are still green at this point, and we have completed 4 laps, surprisingly. Isaac Nicholls, it's like the time of waiting is over. He sees that orange Toyota Tundra of Ace Garcia closing up there for 2nd place. He's thinking, now's the time I got to get by this 41 and get that 51 still in my rearview mirror. Just doesn't seem to have the good exit speed to be able to make a move and get to the left rear quarter panel of Patrick Smith's Dodge Ram. I am in utter shock that we have completed 5 laps and we have not yet had a caution flag. These guys doing a great job. They're racing hard, but they're racing clean. All of them mindful of the fact they cannot have that 3 wide formation off of turn 4, so my hat's off to them. Give these guys a lot of credit. They're putting on a good show for the fans and not tearing it up at the same time. And now the top 3 nose to tail. We're about to have a 4th contestant up here in this front pack, maybe a couple of others. Alex Gray, teammate Jessica Miles, as well as Julius Anderson, still there in that 97. And by the way, I believe I might have made a mistake in one of the drivers' names. I did. I ended up saying Diego Yepez. That was actually a driver we had in the All-Star race weekend last week. The 00 is actually a Yandro Yepez, so I do apologize for that mishap. Yepez is mixed up. Jessica Miles going to move by her teammate, Alex Gray. She'll move into the 4th position. Right now, Isaac Nicholls hasn't been able to do anything with Patrick Smith. In turn, Ace Garcia hasn't been able to do anything with Isaac Nicholls. And now Nicholls got the exit he needed off 4. He's going to get to the inside. Is he to the left rear quarter panel is the question. No, he is not. Not quite. He almost was, and Jessica Miles followed to the inside there. She's going to get by Ace Garcia for the 3rd spot. That 25 car, or 25 truck, I'm never going to get that. I'm never going to be calling these trucks trucks. I'm going to always be calling them cars. I don't know why, but it's just something that I do. But Jessica Miles looks like she may have one of the fastest trucks in this field. She has picked up a number of spots, has now fought her way up to 3rd. Now the question is she going to be able to do anything with the top duo? By the way, next time by is the completion of our first stage. Patrick Smith comes into this race 12th in the point stage. He's just outside of the top 10 in the points. So if he can close the deal here and win this first stage, that's some very valuable stage points for him, and that could very well put him back, according to our live point stage, back into the top 10. Ace Garcia got caught up on the high side. He's now drifted back to the 6th position. A couple of drivers who took part in the All-Star race weekend, actually in the All-Star race itself, battling back here. Shane Lake going 55 for Fitzwater Australia Racing in the All-Star race, and currently scored in the 8th position. Remember, had that good run, was it 3-4 weeks ago at Dover, where he finished 2nd place to Joshua Hyatt, still looking for his first career win. And there is Michael Whitman in 33. He's now cracked the top 10, moving by Yandro Yepez for what would be 8th. And Whitman also took part in the All-Star race when he made it in via the Hershey Shootout when he drove that 16 for the Roush Fenway Racing Team. We saw Ace Garcia up here at the front of the field. How about a couple of other drivers that are running top 5 in the point stand? Let's find out where they are. There's Joshua Hyatt. He's back here, running behind Tristan Allen in the 12. Gabe Williams in the 13 to his outside. Joshua is currently scored in the 15th position. That is third in the point standings. Not too far back there is the 74 of M Saatchi, 5th in points. Last time by, he was scored in the 18th position. Two drivers that we have not seen yet are Ryan Brommer and Seth Cole. There is Brommer. He is currently scored in the 24th position, 4th in the points. And where is the 98? Second in the standings. There he is. Seth Cole back here with Ricky Cervantes, and he is being scored currently in the 31st spot. So not the run that Seth Cole was looking for here this evening. We've got a pack of cars back here. My goodness, they're 3 wide, 2 abreast. Jonathan Zoerlein's in this group. Mason Wood, Caitlin Tsang. Jordan Lopez there in the 23. Yes, it is. Paul Minnick, Zach Rogers, and Jack Lagasee along with Jake Moss. Oh, boy. I don't like the look of this. Mason Wood into the wall there off of 4. They keep it together, though, but that's a hornet's nest back there. We've had a lead change. Isaac Nicholls has been able to make his way by Patrick Smith. Jessica Miles has moved into 2nd. Smith now falls back to 3rd. Ace Garcia has reeled in these guys once again. He's back up to 4th. And Whitman just moved by for 5th place off of Alex Gray. Marty Czekala right behind him in the 33. So both the 33 trucks, both Chevy Silverados, but different teams working their way up now. Going to battle for that 5th spot. Patrick Smith got taken out of the top position. He wants the top spot back. He's trying to get a run down here into 3. Can he get to the left rear quarter panel of Nicholls? Yes, he can. Nicholls slips up a little bit there in the center of the corner. Opens the door. Patrick Smith gladly obliges and puts his Dodge Ram to the inside. He will lead that lap, and he should be clear going into turn number 1. Ace Garcia right there with him to try and follow suit, and he will clear for the 2nd position. All of a sudden, as we've passed the halfway point of this race, we've got some new faces up here, maybe in the conversation for taking the race lead. We've got Alex Gray there in the 0, Marty Czekala, Michael Whitman. Also, Shane Lake has caught up with this group, and Julius Anderson started this race on the outside of the front row, kind of faded back. He's been running around 7th to 10th this whole run, but he is still within striking distance, so don't count him out. And Darren Davidson has now cracked the top 10 there in that 0-1, trying to get up there with his Top Gun Motorsports teammate, Marty Czekala. Mentioned about drivers that really could use multiple win season. Well, there are a couple of candidates for that up here. One of them is Ace Garcia. The other one is Alex Gray. And keep in mind, for Alex Gray, he's 22nd in the point standings. He's got a bit of a gap between himself and that 30th point standings cut line, but obviously a win would not only help him as far as, you know, maybe getting a chase spot for the end of the regular season, but also help to cushion the distance between himself and that 30th position in the points. And I don't like this. Points leader Ace Garcia put up there on the high side 3 wide. He gets the wall, but fortunately did not come down to the 43 of Shane Lake. So far we are still okay. And boy, the field is broken up for sure. You go back here to Darren Davidson in 10th. 11th is A Yepez, Eli Sazak in 12th, and 13th place Tyler Deaver. And then it's a long way down before you get to 14th place, which is under contest right now between Joshua Hyatt and Tristan Allen. Jake Rogers right there as well, trying to catch up with these two. Uh-oh, we had a wreck. Someone spun on the front straightaway, but no caution. We had a good view of the flagman, and there was no yellow flag in his hand. Somebody spun. And it looks like it was the 92 of Mason Wood, and the leaders are just about to catch up to him. Don't know what exactly happened right there, but you will be able to see it, courtesy of our NNSCRA split cam. Drivers going to go to the high side of Mason Wood, who appears to be coming to pit road to repair the damage, and you'll see right there, there's the skid marks just at the start-finish line, but apparently, I'm guessing, I don't see the replay, but I'm going to just wager. Oh, whoa! What happened to the 41? Something's wrong with Patrick Smith. He is slow. He just gave up the lead to Isaac Nicholls, I think it was, or was it Marty Czekala? Problems for the 41 of Patrick Smith, who was out in front for a good chunk of this race. And it does turn the race lead over to the 19 of Isaac Nicholls. I don't know what's wrong with Patrick Smith, but something just went south on his machine. That car was not firing on all cylinders. There's no doubt about that. You could hear the engine was not up to full throttle. Tough break there, and oh boy, they're 3 wide off turn 2. Shane Lake up the middle. He's in a sandwich of Top Gun Motorsports drivers. Darren Davidson on the bottom. Marty Czekala on top. They settle it back out to double wide, and now the caution is out. Yellow flag waves for the first time here tonight, and I think that was Nicholas Rail I saw on pit road. And we've got more trouble up here. Oh, look out. Oh, leaders are going to come flying into all this. I think they all slowed down in time. Marty Czekala might have run into the back of somebody, but I don't think he did. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Seth Cole's trying to get by these leaders. He almost wrecked Julius Anderson and almost ran into the back of Michael Whitman. He's boxed in up there. But keep in mind, the 98 is still on the lead lap. All these drivers had crossed the line before the leaders got there, and now they're all going to be able to get around. Jordan Lopez, Jonathan Zoerlein, Nick Johnson all making their way by. They're still on the lead lap. Caution is finally out. I say finally because we've not had this race go without incident. And it doesn't look like any of the leaders are coming to pit road. And that is indeed, I believe, Nicholas Rail that I see on pit road, that 94. Last guy that went to victory lane at Richmond in our last points-paying race. And boy, it looks like we had quite a wreck here on the front straightaway. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. Focusing our camera here on the 29 of Carter Friesen, who came in 8th in the point standings, 3 wide off turn 4, and finally it happened. Joshua Hyatt into the wall. He's going to come down to get into Jordan Lopez, who gets into Carter Friesen. And we've seen this all weekend long in the All-Star race, and it happened here tonight in the truck race as well. That D-shaped front straightaway, there's just nowhere to go. It just blockades the entire track up. There's Nick Johnson getting a piece. 13 of Gabe Williams involved. Somebody's left rear quarter panel shot up into the air. Joseph Srigley going to go up and over. Oh, actually, I think it was Srigley that got sandwiched there and not Lopez. I got the 2 Allegiant trucks mixed up. I think that's, is that Eli Barber back there? Yeah, it is. Or Easton Barber, I should say, in the 3. I keep getting that name wrong. Look at that wild ride there by Srigley. There's Nicholas Rail. You can see he's got damage there on the front of his 94. And then all these drivers come flying in. They see the caution, but the wreck's just ahead of them. They don't have time to react and slow up. And I think we may have a couple of plows here. Yep, right there. Jack Lagasee into the back of Friesen. Ricky Cervantes was into the back of him. That shot Friesen into Seth Cole. Paul Minnick was able to stop. Lopez was able to stop. Jake Moss, I think, may have made some contact with, I think, the back of the 29. Zach Rogers got through it, though, as did Davey Johnson. But a big problem for a lot of these drivers was they were just getting themselves restarted after these other damaged cars, damaged trucks, had teleported back to pit road. And the leaders had just come around to take the caution, so they almost ran over these guys that were on the tail end of the lead lap, just slowing up for the wreck. So that is what put us under the caution for the first time here tonight. We're going to have a lot of drivers back in the garage area, I do believe. Let's go back for the green. Lights are out atop the pace truck. It'll be 3 laps to go in this one. So this will be a very interesting fight to the finish as Isaac Nicholls out in front, Jessica Miles in 2nd, Michael Whitman 3rd. Julius Anderson is in 4th, with 5th place being Darren Davidson. Then you've got Shane Lake and Marty Czekala, the top 7. All 7 have not been to victory lane yet. First former winner is Alex Gray in 8th, and it's Eli Sazak and points leader Ace Garcia completing your top 10. Take a look at the drivers out of the race. Easton Barber, Nicholas Rail, Carter Friesen, Gabe Williams, Joseph Srigley, and Jack Lagasee. The green flag's out. 3 laps to go here at Charlotte. Nichols has had one of the strongest trucks this evening. Question is, can he close the deal? And apparently the 41 is still running. Patrick Smith I'm guessing they went down a cylinder. He's still running, but is off the lead lap, so tough break for him. That was one of the strong trucks tonight that led a good portion of this race as the battle may be on for the lead. Coming to 2 laps to go, Jessica Miles all over the back bumper of Isaac Nicholls for the top position. Question is, though, can she make the pass? Looking about a half groove lower through 1 and 2. Can she get the exit off of turn 2 to get the run down the back straightaway? She's looking, trying to get clean air to the grill. Can't do it this time into 3. She's running about a half groove lower, trying to get that momentum off 4. And there's some drivers hitting pit road. I don't know if these are regularly scheduled stops or not. Oh, one car just clipped the grass. I think that was Darren Davidson. We're still green as the white flag was just displayed. Oh, here comes Miles, looking low. Can she get to the left rear quarter panel? She's trying, not quite there. Nicholls gonna have to make that rear bumper wide as he can through 3 and 4. One last try for Jessica Miles. Off turn 4, she can't get there. The North Carolina Education Lottery 200 goes to Isaac Nicholls here tonight at Charlotte. First career win for Isaac Nicholls. What a performance by the 19 truck out of Brad Keselowski Racing. Nicholls came into tonight's race situated all the way down in the 41st position in the points. It is going to be a dog climb for him to try and get out of that cellar of the point standings, have this win count towards a spot in the chase for the championship. But regardless of that fact, they've at least been able tonight to get a trip to victory lane, capture a checkered flag, and now they begin the uphill climb of trying to get into the top 30 in the point standings. But mission accomplished, at least, of being able to find victory lane here this evening at Charlotte. That is Nicholls' first top 10 and first top 5 of the season. So big time run for that team. Jessica Miles, this is the second time she has finished second this season. The first time was at Bristol Dirt to her teammate Alex Gray. But she'll get a runner-up finish here this evening. This will help her to be able to climb back up in the point stand. She had fallen down to 13th in points. This will probably put her back in the top 10, I should think. Marty Czekala, great run for him. He'll get third. Czekala's been climbing his way through the point standings last few weeks as he's up to 21st in points coming to this race. And a good run overall for the ML Motorsports team. Alex Gray going to bring it home in the 4th position. Where did Jake Rogers come from? He was outside the top 10 on that last restart, fought his way up to 5th in the closing stages of that race. Great run for the 52. Shane Lake, he stayed in the top 10 all night. He'll get 6th. Eli Sazak in 7th. Julius Anderson started 2nd, finishes 8th, so good consistent run for him. And then Darren Davidson in 9th, and A Garcia will continue to grow the points lead. Another top 10 run for the guy who came in top of the standings. Tyler Deaver gets 11th. Tristan Allen 12th. Michael Whitman, A Yepez, and Ryan Brommer will complete your top 15. Charles Jackson in 16th, so he'll probably pick up a couple of spots in the point standings. That will probably, at this point, still keep him in the playoffs grid. With M Saatchi, the last car to finish on the lead lap, in 17th place. I think a lot of drivers had to come to pit road in the closing stages there. Couldn't make it on that final lap. Stuart Gratton will get 18th, Ryan Madden 19th, Seth Cole will finish in 20th, but you can see that he finishes 10 spots behind Ace Garcia, and Garcia got stage points tonight where Seth Cole did not, so Garcia is going to definitely grow that points lead between himself and maybe not even Seth Cole being second heading into next week. Zach Rogers will finish 21st, and you look on down through the rest of the finishing results with Minnick, Smith, Nick Johnson, Dylan Theroux. That was your top 25. You go all the way down here and see all these drivers have finished off the lead lap. Mason Wood was 2 laps down after he had to come to pit road under green. Eli Bright got damage in the only caution of the evening. He finishes 36th, and all these drivers finished out of the race. Easton Barber, Nicholas Rail, Carter Friesen, Gabe Williams, Joseph Srigley, and Al Lagasee. One of those drivers, a former winner this season in Rail. One of those drivers came into this race. Well, actually, 2 of those drivers came into this race in the top 10, the point standings, that being Friesen and Srigley. So could be a bit of a point shakeup based off of the finishing results here tonight at Charlotte. But the end result is that Isaac Nicholls picks up his first career NNSCRA victory here tonight at Charlotte. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We've shown you full finish results, and these are your point stands heading into our next Truck Series race, which won't be coming up until we finish off this weekend here at Charlotte. We've got the Pizza Hut X Series and Hershey's Cup Series action coming your way. Then next week, we will see the trucks at the Darlington Raceway, where only trucks and Hershey will be running. Pizza Hut X Series will be taking an off week that week. So we will finish off this weekend with Pizza Hut X Series action tomorrow night, and then the Hershey's Cup Series Coca-Cola 600 in the following evening. But that's going to do it here tonight from Charlotte. We will see you guys next time, as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.